she cheated,
Mm-hmm.
and a year later, he knew and abused her a lot. And then she would always say, "What did I do to deserve this?" And he said, "You know."
God dang.
And after that whole kid story,
Mm-hmm.
and the kids saw father and a little girl laughing at him when he was in a casket.
Okay.
And you know how the people that was laughing at him, and the teenager knew that he was good, and he took revenge on him. Apparently, he got a second life chance,
Mm-hmm.
a second life to get revenge on him. But that didn't go well because father knew somehow, and then killed him again in the fire. And that's how, and he was little too. And then that's how he was. And then he didn't get another life chance,
Mm-hmm.
but apparently he killed the two sisters. And then the two sisters, even though he had a chance to kill the father.
Did his father kill him?
Yeah, the same way his two sisters killed him. And then apparently police saw him doing that to still didn't anyway.
Mm-hmm.
He never didn't get it excuse and he got hurt. And that's why he's in like
Mm-hmm.
putting in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Ron came, he when Ron came in a closet, he knew the story. So apparently the father, like only the father became the Ron's mother's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently he kept on being father for that four children.
I see.
He kept he kept going being on father for the four children.
Mm-hmm.
The three unknown and Ron. Apparently the kid in the fire, his name was Zach.
Really?
Yeah, Zach.
Okay.
And then the girl that got buried alive, her name was Brooke.
Okay.
And then haven't told you have I told you the one that is in the trunk?
No.
Okay. So that guy in the trunk, she would always have this beautiful blonde hair on his eyes
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't really like his eyes because
Oh.
they were like brown.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't like them. They were like hazel brown.
Mm-hmm.
His apparently he was the most popular boy in school.
Mm-hmm.
He loved it, but parents didn't like because um he would always get and the girls always followed him back home,
Mm-hmm.
and then his parents always have to chase him away. And then they had enough, so they called their friends
Mm-hmm.
to kidnap him. And how that story went with the unknown child. He Harry was walking out walking in the daylight,
Mm-hmm.
so they kidnapped him. There was like a lot of people around him too, and they did not notice that. They somehow canceled his screams and cries somehow. And then they would to the teenager back then when he was kidnapped, they would always drug him
Heck.
or gave him alcohol, made him smoke, and then he would always pass out from the he would get like I don't know how to say it, but he didn't like it. And apparently she was feeling very dizzy one day, and apparently they drugged him too much and he passed out. Didn't take him to a hospital or anything, they just put him in trunk, closed it, and locked it in a random car.
Okay.
And then he didn't have food, no water. He started to go. This is the very weird part. When he was found on a tree, not in the car, even though it was locked.
How?
I don't know what's your theory about that.
How?
I feel like some people, I think they like came back and put them on a tree.
Probably.
And then apparently on the floor, on the grass, they cut it and like put paper on there. They used his own blood. It was like a big paper they made, and it says, "Do you see me? How I suffered?"
Okay.
And his arm was like on the floor. They cut his arm to grab the blood.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like all over the tree too.
What the hell?
And then when it was a year later, they found him.
A year?
A year.
It's crazy.
And then they you know how the other parents will laugh at their own children?
Yeah.
How they died? That this last part is very sad. The parents, you know how they didn't like him? Apparently they felt bad. All of a sudden they felt bad. And they cried.
Okay.
They actually cried for him. And then when the son was a ghost and saw them crying, he said, "She really had to do that. I hate you guys." He said that.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is a funny part. He slapped her. He slapped her. And in this house, he came back and he saw the cat that greeted him. And she said, "Take me, my child. Will you see my parents again?" And he said, "I do not want to see my parents again. I don't want to suffer again." So he said, and then the cat's like, "But you'll get better parents." He said, "Deal."
Deal?
Yeah, he said, "Deal." And then he learned that from the kidnappers. And then that's why he's always chilling in the back trunk open.
My God.
Just all the four unknown children. I don't know about the one in the car. They never said his name. Weird, isn't it? Even though they know the three unknown children. Ron, too. They know the two unknown children and Ron, but they don't know the other unknown. Apparently they did say his name, but they didn't really talk about his name. Yeah. He was called the nameless. And then his parents was caught after that. So Ron is called the bad parenting. The one in the trunk is the nameless child. Because he never had a name. The name was never told. And then the one in the fire, that one is called. Oh, I haven't seen that game in so long. I saw the game and I think the name was the fire incident. It was either called that or on the evil parents. It was called that. I don't know what it's called. And then the one that's buried alive is called I love you, sweetheart.
The heck?
Apparently all four of the children were friends too.
How? Bruh.
They were met at school, but they got separated.
Mhm.
That's very bad kill, oh my god. And then Mr. Redface,
Mhm.
apparently even though he killed his own son, apparently he was the victim too. Do you know that?
Yeah.
You know how William saw those children when he was in the zoo and got killed?
Yeah.
Apparently that's the same story as him too, but not in the zoo.
Same storyline, but different ways.
Yeah.
God dang.
Like the one that got burned in the fire, Cinderella story, but way more intense.
God dang.
And how the red faced man, how
Mhm.
how he died is when the ghost children saw him,
Mhm.
saw him because apparently he was the father of all those four children. So he knew him, and they were like appeared at him like how they died,
Mhm.
because the son died in the closet, but the closet not the closet. Yeah, the closet. I almost said not the closet. You got so confused like the closet. Um, in his face was like slit as an X, and his face was all blue, and his neck snapped.
Mhm.
The child in the fire burnt, and how like his child self how he died, and then Lexi, the one that got buried, it was showed how she was slit, and apparently they forced tattoos on her teeth.
Heck.
Yeah, and you never played GTA 5, right?
I have the game.
I can say it's cut here.
Yeah.
You know, apparently she had the same game too.
Oh God.
It's still open.
Oh my God.
And when the Trump right,
Yeah.
apparently I saw him like all boned, and then apparently they killed him somehow.
Oh my Lord.
And then he was found in his own home. And the mothers that he killed and the mother that he haven't killed,
Mhm.
the mother saw him, the mother that he hasn't killed saw him. And the three mothers that he killed were looking upon him and then look at the mother. And they walked up to her and they said, "You're so lucky I haven't been killed. You're so lucky you haven't been killed." And she was like, "What are you guys talking about?" And they all said, "Didn't do the same thing you have been."
What the heck?
And that's how Lucas apparently he's gonna make another story.
Mhm.
He's gonna make another story on how the cat came there.
The cat?
Yeah. You know how the cat that greeted the
Yeah.
children? Apparently the cat he Ron came up to her and asked, "You know where my dad is?" And she said, "What's your give me details." And then he said, my dad's name is Brenver,
Mhm.
I think. And then she said, Brenver, is he a good guy or a bad guy? And then he said, well, he slaps my mother a lot and hits her a lot. And he said, oh, yeah, she's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. And then the cat was looking at the list. Apparently, there was like a lot of Brenvers that were bad. And then she said, "Give me more details." and then he gave her more details about how he used his mother and gave her the mother's name, but that was bleeped out. So we don't know the mother's name, but we know the dad's name.
I,
And then when the reason why it's bleeped out, we don't know why, but the cat ran up to his mouth and covered it,
yeah.
and he said, "Don't ever say that name again." So my theory is that how the cat came there is because the mother of Ron had a cat and was she hated cats, so she killed the cat. It's my theory. And that's why she was so paranoid when he was gonna say that name. It's my theory.
Okay.
But
Oh my
that,
god.
but there's bad parenting stories on my tablet now. I just watched one game show and that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh my god.
You're really into it.
Look at all
7.
the stories.
Just from the game too. And they were based on a real story too.
You know.
So it makes me more interesting. Of course.
Brain rot. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, I will run tired. They're very close friends. Both of them were very close friends. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody ships them. Even though they're just very close friends.
Mm-hmm.
They're friends since kindergarten. And they're in college. They're friends all the way to college.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, their whole kindergarten to college, they've been in the same classes. In middle, high school, and middle colleges,
Mhm.
they in high school again. It sounds funky. It sounds funky. And they're very great friends with Faith and Change. I know all three of their real names, but I forgot. Faith and Change.
Mhm.
He has a little brother. And Faith and Change, he played his brother joined them and played with him. You know what's a bird? Scares me. They laugh so weird. There's a nice way to see. With Brandon.
Yeah.
And there's a couple in there. It's Wilbert and a mannequin. Mark. Apparently they were together and they had a baby. And then they got and very bad. And Lampert heard